Hello everyone, Coaster Brian here, again from Tokyo Disney Resort. As you can see, it's a very stormy day. It's typhoon season, so there's a typhoon coming in from the south. It literally just poured here for about 10 minutes. We're gonna walk and talk right now. Again, thank you for audio, may be pretty bad, so I apologize. What I'm actually doing right now is walking to Tokyo Disney Sea. When you go, you do have two choices. You can take the Disney Resort line, or you can walk. So for me, I'm just going to walk because I do have some time to spend before I can enter Disney Sea. So, of course, this here is Maihama Station. When you exit Maihama Station, if you go to the left, you can go to the ticket gate for the resort line, or you can go down these stairs that a lot of people are coming down on, and you can walk to Disney Sea, again, which is what I'm doing now. While we walk, I'll talk to you a little bit about our goal today and some other information here. So first, in my last video, we did a full walking tour of Disneyland recently after reopening due to the pandemic. So today, I am able to do the same, but now for Disney Sea. So if you don't know, I am an annual pass holder for Tokyo Disney Resort, and in the end of August, also today is September 6th, around 2 p.m. Around the end of August, they opened, they being Tokyo Disney, they opened a lottery system for annual passport holders to go online and choose 5 dates out of the next month in which they would wish to visit either Tokyo Disneyland or Tokyo Disney Sea. So again, you can only choose 5 dates. So for me, I chose 4 Saturdays and 1 Sunday to go to Disney Sea. I have not been to Disney Sea since January, so it's been a long time. So I entered the lottery, and I again chose 4 Saturdays, 1 Sunday, and I did not win any of the Saturdays. I only won this Sunday, and this was my last choice. So, of course, that is why we are here. Unfortunately, this whole time, the weather's been good this weekend, and then once I get to here, it starts to pour. So that's the unfortunate thing with their system. You know, you have no choice with the weather, even though you have to pick your dates 1 month prior. So again, that's their lottery system for the passport holders. I don't have to pay any. I can use my pass and visit. So only 5 hours. So it is what it is. It's better than nothing. Of course, I could always try to buy a ticket instead, but it's nice to finally visit without having to pay the passport prices. So again, this is the walkway to Disney Sea. It's about maybe about a 20-minute walk, depending on how fast you do walk. To the left of me here, and I'll show you after we pass these trees. To the left, Ikspiri is the kind of like the downtown Disney of Tokyo Disney, but it isn't really, it's not Disney branded. There's a variety of shops, restaurants, things to do. One of the biggest Disney stores is here in Japan. It's in Ikspiri. And as you can see, they have these gated off. Usually these are always open alongside for you to cut through if it is raining and you want to walk to Disney Sea, but because of temperature checks, they have all those blocked off. So that is something they have done during this time. And now here Coming up on the left is the Disney Ambassador Hotel. It's kind of the connection between the hotel and experience. Again, sorry for all the noise. I am on the roadway. You can kind of see in that window, you can see Mickey, right? So the hotel. This is where you can eat at Chef Mickey's, is in the Ambassador Hotel. Out of the 3 Disney hotels that are on site here at Tokyo Disney, Ambassador Hotel is the cheapest. That isn't saying much because it's still very expensive for a night stay. Again, on property, they have the Ambassador Hotel, Disneyland Hotel, and Miracosta. Off-site, they do have the Celebration Hotel, in which they offer bus transportation to and from to the Disney property, the Disney parks here. So that is a cheaper option, but you are off-site. But yes, this is the Disney Ambassador Hotel. It's a very nice hotel. So yeah, just coming up here, almost at the end of the street. And at the end of the street, I turn to the right, and I'm at Tokyo Disney. Here's kind of the front sign and the plantery in the Mickey shape. Some behind the magic. I'll just show you very quickly. All the cast members that do work for the Oriental Land Company and that operates Tokyo Disney. This is kind of the behind the magic of the operations between Disneyland and Disney Sea. They do a very good job hiding the backstage here. You can kind of see in the distance on the top, that's kind of the spires in Arabian Coast. So again, they do a great job of hiding that stuff. So yeah, again, in this video, I'm going to do a full walkthrough, hopefully uninterrupted, of Disney Sea. Hopefully the weather holds up, at least for the walkthrough. I will apologize if there is some sound issues due to the rain, but yes, we are going to do a... Sorry about that noise. All right. So yeah, so at the end of this street at the light, I go right, and then that brings me to the front gates and by the bus stops for Disney Sea. So yeah, you can kind of see a little sneak peek of Disney Sea in the distance. So yes, again, we're going to do an uninterrupted full walkthrough of Disney Sea. Check out what they have going on after reopening. I mean, the parks did reopen in July, but it is September, early September right now. So we will see how things have progressed, and hopefully you can enjoy the walkthrough. So sit back, relax, and the next time I see you and talk to you, we will hopefully be in the parks. So see you then. Welcome to Disney Sea. So very quickly, over here was the Walt statue, right, that they have here at Disney Sea. Right here is the station, okay? And here is the kind of centerpiece when you walk in. So I just went through security and had my temperature check, my temperature screening. Also, something a little different, they actually had some airport style x-ray machines for your bags. That's something a little different that Disneyland did not have when I was here about a month ago. Maybe it is different, I don't know. So here is the front when you enter Disney Sea. This area is called the Mediterranean Harbor. Now, 2 fun facts for you today. 2, what you actually see in front of us right now is not a facade or not just general theming. This is actually the Miracosta Hotel. this hotel is part of the park. So this hotel is the most treasured of all the hotels to stay at. And that being said, it is also the most expensive. But one of my goals is to stay here. I've heard nothing but the best reviews for this park. As we walk in, again, this area is the Mediterranean Harbor area. Now, you're kind of getting a little tease here amongst many Disney fans and theme park fans alike. Everyone mostly says Disney Sea is probably, if not one of, but the greatest theme park they've ever visited. And as we walk, you get the grand reveal. Unfortunately, the weather is pretty bad. So, there we go, trying to brighten it up for you guys. Here is the Mediterranean Harbor. Again, this is the Miracosta Hotel, Hotel Miracosta, behind us. And very beautiful area. And again, this is the main area the Journey to the Center of the Earth ride is. As you can see, there's some refurbishing going on the mountain. Maybe you saw right there, the ride vehicle does come out. Now, the second fun fact is that on September 4th, it was the 19th anniversary for Disney Sea. That was 2 days ago. So we're actually here for the anniversary time of the park, which is a little bit extra special, right? But yes, this is Mount Prometheus. Some blue sky, yay. Now, there are two ways we can go. We can continue to the right over there, or we can continue to the left. Now, my plan is to go to the right, actually. I'm going to actually, before we walk, I'm going to see if something will happen here with Mount Prometheus. But if you can't tell by the music, the Mediterranean Harbor is kind of themed around Italy and I guess the Venice area, maybe. I'm not good with geography, but it's a very Italian style theming. We'll wait here a little bit longer. Oh, we'll just walk on by. Periodically, Mount Prometheus is active, so we will hopefully be able to see that today in our walk. Well, let's continue. All right, so again, hopefully unedited here with you guys. Right in front of me here is the Emporium, where you buy all your goods. Then, of course, across from the Emporium on this side is where you get all your confectionaries. This in front of us is Cafe Portofino, Italian-style food, quick service Italian-style food, very, very good. Naturally, get are of really, really good quality. If you didn't watch my last video, I did a full walkthrough of Disneyland. I'll leave a link in the description below for you to take a look if you didn't. Just gonna look around at some more theming. Again, the weather may not be the greatest for us today, but we'll still do our best. So again, this is Mediterranean Harbor. Now, where we are walking to is another quick service location. Here's one of the, before we do, here's the mini shop. Some looks at some mini goods here. I'm gonna try to run through the park quick with you. Tumble for over an hour. So, yeah, here's the other restaurant in the area. Disney Sea is going through, like Disneyland, with the new construction for the Beauty and the Beast, going under some new construction as well. A new harbor, so to speak, that incorporates Frozen, Rapunzel, Peter Pan. I believe that's it. I could be mistaken. There could be one more. And that should be opening up in the next few years. Now we're up these steps. In front of us is Soaring Fantastic Flights. This is based on of course, the Soarin' that we all come to love and enjoy in both Disneyland, California Adventure, and Epcot. But this one is a little different. Before we walk up on there, let's get some more views of Mount Prometheus here. I remember when I first visited here, it was actually during the 15th anniversary, and right when I walked in, I was awestruck with the view of Mount Prometheus and Mediterranean Harbor. There's Tower of Terror. We will finish our walk in that area, but it's a very beautiful park. It's very breathtaking. Definitely nothing like I've ever experienced before. So if you can ever make your way down here, excuse all of the refurbishing, but that's still okay. If you can ever make your way to Tokyo Disney, especially Disney Sea, if you're a Disney Parks fan, this should be on your bucket list for visiting. And yeah, I feel very
メディテレーニアンハーバーにおいてディズニーの仲間たちが皆様へご挨拶するミッキー&フレンズのハーバーグリーティングが始まります。別のグループの方と間隔を空けてご覧ください。どうぞお楽しみに。なお
here is the best. There are naturally some different scenes to relate more with Japan and Tokyo Disney. But I will say the pre-show for this attraction is one of the best I've ever experienced. Absolutely loved the pre-show here for this attraction. Before we just walk on out, one cool thing I wanted to show you is the chandelier here. If you can kind of see it, is like a hot air balloon. It's a very interesting, very beautiful chandelier. Wanted to show you that. Maybe you wouldn't actually look and see that. You run on in to ride this attraction. Just to give you some wayfinding as well, this pathway down this way leads back to kind of around that window by that what the mini goods were. With this park, there are many pathways that go many different directions and connect with one another. I won't be able to, unless you want to sit around for 2 to 3 hours. I won't unfortunately be able to show you all the nooks and crannies of Disney Sea, but I can kind of point you in the general direction of where things do lead. And as you heard with that announcement before, there's going to be the show with Mickey and Friends in about 15 minutes in the Mediterranean Harbor, generally in the water area here. That is where they will come out on floats and do shows and special events and things like that. So, some more of the theming here at Disney Sea. As you can see on the floor, they have the social distancing markers for people to stand when they watch the show. To the right of me is the extended queue for Soaring'. Unfortunately, when there isn't those markers on the floor, maybe there's not so much social distancing, so bear that in mind. If you do ever come here during this time of the pandemic. And of course, if you don't remember from if you hadn't seen my last video, I tend to try to raise the camera high to just avoid getting people as much as I can when I walk around. Nothing I can do. I do the best I can. Now, in front of me is a very special place, but before, we're just going to give one more look here at the Mediterranean Harbor. Some construction, unfortunately. This right here in front of me here, this is where there would be some of the water taxis that go around the park to bring you from the back and the front areas. Looks like it's under construction, so those aren't going to be going around today. There's Tower of Terror. That is the American waterfront area. We will finish our walking tour there. Now, before I go into here, now this area is called Mysterious Island. This is where you have Journey to the Center of the Earth, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, and this area, this building right in front of me is Magellan's. Magellan's is considered to be, again, like a restaurant location on Tokyo Disney property, if not maybe in many Disney properties in general. Very hard to get a reservation. The price point is rather high, but the quality, the theming, everything, top to bottom, is amazing. Here's more Mount Prometheus. Again, in this area here is where the vehicles will pop out. Just right there. Now, if you do continue walking this way, it can bring you towards American Waterfront and Port Discovery. We are, and again, I'll show you on the way back where that connection is. Just to show you some more theming. They have the fortress exploration kind of walk-through stuff here. I could show you in a little bit. So again, in front of us, that big line, that big queue is for Soarin'. Yes, and right here is where the line starts for Journey to the Center of the Earth. One of the other e-ticket attractions here. Soarin' is probably the main e-ticket attraction. After Soarin', maybe Journey to the Center of the Earth, Tower of Terror, Toy Story, Indiana Jones, many different things. In here, this is the interior theming. Now here, Mysterious Island. There are many things to take in here. That drill was kind of by the entrance to Journey to the Center of the Earth. There's the Mount Prometheus. There's the Nautilus. Down there is a quick service location where you can get the very popular gyoza dogs. This submarine looking vehicle here is actually the ride vehicle for Journey to the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Here is the location for the entrance to 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, but it is closed right now due to the nature of the ride vehicle. You really can't avoid social distancing, so yes, I believe they're using it for an extended queue for both Soarin' and Journey. Now let's just walk into here right here, right across the way is Volcania. It is one of the more popular quick service locations here to serve some Japanese style food within the Mysterious Island theming. Very quickly, we're just going to walk into here to show you the main entrance, the main gate for Journey to the Center of the Earth. It's rather dark in here. Very cool though, I will say. Very cool, very relaxing. There's the main signage for Journey to the Center of the Earth. Very great attraction. The ride vehicles are on the same style as like Test Track and Radiator Springs Racer. Again, there's many different pathways to go around. We're going to keep walking here. you were to go this way, that leads to Port Discovery. But we will not be doing that. We're going to go around. We're going to make a big loop, big circle around the park here today. Again, this is kind of the waterways for those water taxis to go around. Again, this is Disney Sea, so sea theming, so water is everywhere. Yeah, very beautiful theming. Sorry if I am moving rather quickly, I just want to beat the rain. Showing you some of the theming here in Mysterious Island. Again, there is Mount Prometheus. Kind of see the steam and some of the lava, the magma that would have been. And here again is the Nautilus. There's Volcania. Now we're going to head this way. This is part of the ride track for Journey to the Center of the Earth. We're going to go this way. If you ever want to get that potato style churro, that's right here, the demi-glazed churro potato. That's right here. It is not your normal churro. Very delicious. This pathway is a very tight pathway. Nice waterfall though at the end. Open sky. This here is the Mickey soap dispenser. It's a big favorite for people. But also this line, I believe, is for either, maybe this line, it could be for Soarin'. Yes, it is. It's for Soarin'. So you saw where Soarin' was, and you see where we are now. Very long line. Now this area we are in right now is called Mermaid Lagoon. Let's just kind of move out of the way here. This area after Mermaid Lagoon. So if you are a big Little Mermaid fan, this is also a place maybe you want to visit. So in front of us here, that's where you can meet Ariel. Here, this is a Scuttle Scooter. It's kind of like a whip ride. It's a very fun attraction. Now in front of us here, all right, that's the main attraction for Mermaid Lagoon. We will go in there just shortly. I want to show you one more attraction here in Mermaid Lagoon before we enter here. Now in front of us here is, again, Mermaid Lagoon, kind of King Triton's, I guess, palace, you would say. But this area is completely indoors. It's mainly a kid-style area. Here's Scuttle Scooters. 10-minute wait. This is an area where many people like to get their picture. But as you can see, there's the Ariel statue. Kind of see Flounder on the bottom right there. At night, this was a very beautiful area. It lights up. Very, very beautiful. In front of us again is Arabian Coast. We're not going to go there just yet. I just want to show you one more attraction. Then we will head back inside to Mermaid Lagoon. Alright, right here is the Flounder roller coaster. The Flying Fish coaster. There we go. It's a kiddie coaster. Very similar to like the Gadgets Go coaster. Rides, roller coasters like that. One car, one ride vehicle, one small track. Now let's head back in to Mermaid Lagoon. Try to go through there quickly for you guys. So again, this area is kind of like an indoors kiddie area. But that being said, anybody of all ages can enjoy. Walk under the main entrance. So right in front of us is the King Triton statue. It's a very impressive statue with the Royal Proclamation. And below us is actually more of the walkways of this area. Let's continue. That says Triton's Kingdom. Continue. So here's kind of a sky area overview of this location. A little bit dark, but on the roof is kind of that underwater kind of light reflection that you would have if you were underwater. Many different kinds of attractions. Let's go down and take a closer look. For a day like today, very nice. Now forgive me, I may not know all of the names for these attractions. I had never actually been on any of them. Here's jumping jellyfish. Actually, you can't really see anything, I guess. Jumping jellyfish is that parachute style attraction. Many different attractions here. The whirlpool. The main thing to enjoy here is actually the King Triton's Theater, where they have a show, a musical style show, one of the best shows I've seen. So if you really love Little Mermaid, it's definitely a must-see. King Triton's concert. Okay. Currently closed because of the pandemic. Very dark in here, so let's just make our way through to the finish. But this place is a lot of fun. Great theming. In front of us here, not the octopus, in front of us here is the quick service location in Mermaid Lagoon called Sebastian's Calypso Kitchen. I'll show you some of the foods they have here. Some pizza stuff. They actually have some of the Easter things from before. But there you go. Quick overview and the prices. Again, 1,000 yen is about $10. Okay. When you come to these quick service locations, you can get a set or just the main meal itself. Here's it for Mermaid Lagoon. It's a very interesting theming, right? Kind of like Pinocchio. But yeah, all of your Mermaid Lagoon, Little Mermaid goods you could find in here. Sleepy Whale Shop. Shh! Don't wake the whale. And some more mermaid treasures. Some more stores as well. Kiss the Girl Fashions. Back outside. You actually can enter here as well. You do not have to enter in the main location. If you just wanted to get a bite to eat here, you don't have to walk through everything to get to the Sebastian's Calypso Cafe kitchen. I apologize. You can also enter this exit area. Perfectly fine. You're not going to get in trouble. You see, if you ever wanted to avoid that pre-show, you try to wait for some people to get out of those aqua elevators and sneak in. I remember those good times in the living seas. All right, now Let's walk into Arabian Coast. So far, I'm not sure how everyone feels about the theming here. What do you think? Do you think this is one of the best themed parks in the world? The best Disney theme park? What do you think? To our left is the Curry Popcorn location. Has a decent line. So again, in front of us is Arabian Coast. Again, over there is where you can see Ariel. This whole area is Arabian Coast. All right, let's walk down. This is definitely one of my favorite locations in Disney Sea. Are there any other Disney parks that have a land dedicated to theater? And there is a 4D style magic show involving some live actors and the genie, some mischief of the genie. Over here is the carousel. It is 2 levels. Some of the horses are actually the genie. They're very fun to ride, as you can see. The caravan carousel. Theming here is amazing. Here's the center fountain. Some tigers. There's a Magic Lamp Theater where you can watch the show. Here is Casbah, the quick service location for Arabian Coast. This is where, of course, you can get some curry. Very, very good food here. This is one of my favorite locations to eat at. Let me show you some of the food options. And when the curry says mild for the, of course that means how hot. It's not really that hot. Of course it is Disney, but still it's very, very delicious. But if you're looking for something super spicy, these aren't going to hit the spot for you. Yeah, you can't go wrong with any of these sets. This curry here is good. And actually, just to show you some of the interior, again, it's like you entering market. Actually, just to show you some of that theming, right? Like you're inside a market. It's very amazing, very amazing. Now let's walk out. Now, if you think this is all to the area, no, there's a lot more. Right in front of us is one of the stores for this area too. There is a mascot for Arabian Coast here. There's Aladdin. And it is this tiger here. I do forget the name of the tiger, but for the Sinbad ride, this is where he is from. And those bananas do mean something from the attraction. And there's Genie in the window. But yes, this is the store location. Let's continue. All right, now in this area, many people take many photos. It's a very great place to take some pictures. In front of us here would be some kind of games, carnival style games you could play. They are down. Again, when you're here, all you hear is Sapphiros, the Fountain of Jasmine. As we continue, we're still in Arabian Coast. There's still more. Here's the Oasis, another quick service location. It's a very popular area. Let's see what they have to offer. Just a shaved ice for now because it is summer. Sometimes they have that tiger tail you can buy. It's a pastry filled with a variety of things. This is the main Shura location, but it is closed. Now, this whole facade in front of us here is for the Simbad ride. It's a boat ride in the style of Small World. Typically there's never a line here, so if you want to cool down, take a break, definitely jump on. It's a very enjoyable ride. Here is Flying Carpets, Jasmine's Flying Carpets. Not allowed, Jasmine. The tiger there. It's very nice with this attraction. You can see on the top, there is a big water fountain. There is actually a second deck. There's stairs right in front of us. If you go up for the ride. Behind us, I do believe, you see some cranes. That is the construction, I believe, for that new harbor area. Right in front of us here is Raging Spirits for a very popular ride. Only a 30-minute wait. One of the more popular rides here in Disney Sea, Raging Spirits. Now, actually, fun fact, again, I believe, is the same ride as Indiana Jones in Disneyland Paris. Forgive me, I don't know how to pronounce the name. At night, this area is very cool. Those are always on fire. Yeah, very fun attraction. So I forgot to mention, the area we are in right now is called Lost River Delta. As we left Arabian Coast, we are now in Lost River Delta. There are the two main attractions here, one being Raging Spirits. The other is shortly up ahead. Now there is another pathway, another side to Lost River Delta. That's on the opposite side here. If you can look through the trees, see that yellow, that moving yellow, that is the Flounder roller coaster. Quickly. Well, the water taxis are still running, but it looks like they aren't taking passengers. Maybe they're just going around. Right there would be the boarding area for people to get on the taxi. I don't see anybody on the boats. Maybe they're just moving them around, I don't know. But that's what they would be. And that was under refurbishment. They go from here to there. It's only the dock, I guess. But basically, it's not a continuous ride. You can't stay on. You have to get off at the next stop. So it's not a loop. You do have to get off. There's Arabian Coast. And behind me is more of Lost River Delta. Right in front of us here is the quick service location, the Cantina. My go-to location for quick service food here. It's Tex-Mex, Mexican style food. Let's continue. This is another quick service location. It has kind of like a barbecue foods. In front of me here, this area. This is a very big building with amazing things in this grill. Again, it's barbecue style food. This building here, this is actually the Indiana Jones ride. This right here is the exit. It's Indiana Jones Adventures, Temple of the Crystal Skull. So it is essentially the same attraction as the Forbidden Eye in Disneyland, California, except you're not trying to get the Forbidden Eye, you're trying to get the Crystal Skull. Same layout, same everything, but Indiana Jones speaks Japanese. So, and some attractions here, it is in English, some are in Japanese. That's that Cantina. Continue. The theming in this area is fantastic. The nature of the trees does keep things rather humid. Just going to continue walking down here. There's kind of that main temple reveal for the attraction, and the interior queue for this attraction is absolutely amazing. If you ever wanted to feel like you are Indiana Jones entering a tomb, this is the place to do it without being in real danger. Also here is where you could meet Mickey, Minnie, I believe Goofy in their adventure style clothes, but again they're using it as extended queue for Indiana Jones. This pathway is the non-stepped way that leads up to here. So of course if you need to use a wheelchair, that's the way you would go. But for us, we'll go this way, it's a little bit faster. All right. And that's where that path will come up. So that was Lost River Delta. Very fun area, mainly just for the two attractions and the quick service. One very cool thing is over here. Does anyone recognize this plane? Does anyone recognize that plane? Do you know who that belongs to? If you know, write it in the chat below. I think most of us know who that plane belongs to. All right, let's continue. Before I go right into Port Discovery, I'm going to take a left very quickly. I want to show you that cantina and some of the food options they do offer. In front of us here is the Song of Mirage. That is the stage show in this area. I have not yet to see the show, but I've heard great things. Naturally, we are in Disney Sea. Here's the popcorn stand. And again, in front of us is the cantina. Past the cantina is the location where you can meet the Three Caballeros. That's here. So right now they're not in service. They are closed, but just to give you an idea of what some of the food would be like, this is, it says Miguel's special set, but of course it is themed around Duffy, so maybe it should be Duffy's special set. But they do a really cool thing where the rice they put in a mold and it takes the shape of whatever the character is. Sometimes it's Woody, sometimes here, as you can see, it's Duffy. Yeah, very cool. All right, let's continue. We're almost finished. Two more lands. Again, sorry if I'm always pointing up to the sky. Again, I try to keep the camera up a little bit to block some of the people's faces. And I'm just using a generic tripod. It's not a stabilizer or anything, so come along for the bumpy ride. All right, so again, this is the bridge that goes to Lost River Delta. Right now, you can tell by the ground, you can't yet, but as you can tell by the ground, that's that separation point between Port Discovery and Lost River Delta. If you were to go here, it's an interesting view of Tower of Terror. If you were to go up here, it leads to that pathway I mentioned when I was in Mysterious Island that leads to Port Discovery. All right. Again, there are many pathways, many different ways you can go around all of Tokyo Disney to access the areas in which you want to get to right away. I do see people actually on this taxi. That's called the Transit Steamer Line. It goes all around the park. Now, Port Discovery is a very beautiful area. There's Mount Prometheus again with some blue sky. It's a relief to see. Now, the other thing is, as we enter in here, we may not hear the music, but I do believe here they do play some music that's, I believe, is played in Epcot. I forget where in Epcot. Maybe just Future World music, but it sounds very, very familiar to Future World music. Right here would have been Fast Pass ticket gate for Nemo and Friends Sea Rider. Ah. Did you see that? Hopefully you saw it. There we go. Look at that shot. That's what I was trying to wait for at the beginning of our video when we entered the park. So yeah, periodically Mount Prometheus does erupt and the fire shoots out. At night, it's very amazing because it just lights up anywhere you're standing in the park. Yeah, it's a very great sight to see. All right, let's continue. Still on fire, that's pretty awesome. Here we see Port Discovery. So naturally, if you didn't notice already, I think this is probably the first sign we've seen when we enter a new land, so to speak. Right? There's not many of these signs around. It's just kind of a seamless transition. You know, not like in Disneyland where you have signs for Tomorrowland, Frontierland, Adventureland. This is probably the first one that we've seen today. Now, if you listen to the music, I heard it a little bit. I'm not going to sit here for too long for you to listen to, but it does sound like Future World music. Here's Chip and Dale. There we go. Here is the Marine Life Institute. And here's a really amazing statue they have here. This is one of the newest, this is the second to newest attraction that's here in Disney Sea, the newest being Soarin'. I believe it was in 2017 where Storm Rider was the old attraction where you went into the eye of a storm. Here it's Sea Rider with Nemo and Friends. And this is based off of Finding Dory. It is a simulator. It's a 2D simulator where you enter the Sea Rider, and on the Sea Rider, the panels make you shrink to the size of a fish, and you go on an adventure with Dory, Nemo, and Friends. And the ride is not the same; it does change. It's very a la Star Tours. It does change. You won't get the same ride twice unless you ride it many, many times. But yeah, this is Sea Rider. Very fun attraction. Nemo and Friends Sea Rider. Hear that music? That's Epcot music. I'm telling you. Up on top here is the Electric Railway. The Electric Railway, it connects from Port Discovery to the American waterfront, and I'll show you as we go along. In front of us is Horizon Bay. This is a character dining location. I have not eaten there yet, but I've heard again, good things. And there goes the railway. There's one coming in. There's always something happening wherever you're at in this park. Let's get another view of Nemo and Friends, the Marine Life Institute. I do like this attraction very much. It's a very fun attraction. I was actually here on opening day. After work, I came over, got around here at 6 o'clock at night, and I got here on opening day. One of the only times, that's the second time I've been on a Disney attraction during opening day, the first being Mission Space in Epcot. In front of us here is the entrance to Aquatopia. It's one of those, it's a trackless ride, but it is on the water. And I'll show you a little bit more of that in a second. That's the front area. Listening to some Epcot music, Future World music. This is usually the store for Nemo. It is closed. Those stairs do lead up to that pathway that connects to Mysterious Island. And some more Aquatopia views. Here's the special set for Horizon Bay, around $25, and the kids meal. So generally in the sit-down restaurants, the options are a bit limited, but good options nonetheless. Okay, we're about to enter our last area here. But before we do, this is Aquatopia. There's two sides to Aquatopia. There's two sides. The track layout is different depending on the side you go on. As you can see in the ground, there's those light blue lines. That is the trackless style nature of the attraction. Here's an empty car I will show. And it spins around, it stops at certain locations, spins around, teases you maybe you're gonna get wet, things like that. Very fun. In the summer, which would be right now, but they're not doing it, there is a special get wet version where you will get wet. And they add water sprayers and things that you will get soaked. But don't worry, you will never go into this waterfall. They won't get you that soaked. That is Port Discovery. There we go. If we go this pathway, it leads back by Magellan's. But we are actually going to continue this way to enter our very last area. There's some signage here for Port Discovery. Take a look at it, read it, give it a quick pause. It's very, of course, as I said, futuristic seaport. Right here, I would like to get some, but due to the pandemic, I'm a little bit hesitant to getting finger foods. But right in front of us here at this popcorn location is the matcha white chocolate popcorn, right here. One of my favorite popcorns here. It was brand new as of last year during the Christmas season. Are they playing Isn't this Illuminations music? I'm caught by surprise. This sounds, excuse me for taking a little bit of a detour here, but that music, it sounds like Illuminations. Which, in all honesty, I'm so happy to hear because I have not been back to Epcot in many years, and Illuminations is now finished. So to hear something that reminded me of Illuminations is to be, while in a Disney park, is something I can't describe. Okay. As we continue walking, this is where another quick service food location. As we continue walking, now we are, according to the ground, crossing over into the last area. Now, this is the American Waterfront. As you can see, there's Tower of Terror. But this location specifically is the Cape Cod location. Essentially, the home for Duffy. Here's some of the rapids from Bambi. I believe from Bambi. And a cannon. There you go. Bambi and cannons. Perfect. This store here is the main store for Duffy goods. This whole area, again, is essentially all for Duffy. As you can see by this sign here, it says Cape Cod, Duffy's hometown. So Duffy is almost, if not more popular than Mickey here in Tokyo Disney. I know it's a shock, because in the US parks, maybe Duffy is not one of the most popular characters. But here in Tokyo Disney, it is the complete opposite. Many people go crazy and line up many hours for exclusive Duffy goods and things like that. There's a Disney duck. Water's a bit low here in this location. So this is Cape Cod. Here's the cook-off. You can do either a quick service or a show. I'll show you this Mickey statue here. So in here, in Cape Cod Cook-Off, you have the option, you could see the dinner show with Duffy and Friends, or just a quick service. And typical, maybe American style quick service food here at Cape Cod Cook-Off. This would be the location for the Duffy show, but it is not running due to the pandemic. I'm not sure if I have to keep reminding you guys about that. Here is one of the transit steamer line docks to board to go around. I believe after this stop, the next location would be in Lost River Delta. There's a boat actually waiting right there. Just wanted to actually come in here again. So here's that sign for the Duffy show. There's one of the boats going off. I actually wanted to show you this view. And this walkway here, it leads up to a pathway that brings you kind of by Magellan's and Port Discovery. And that's the electric railway, the green bridge. All right, let's continue. Weather, please stay on my side. You can visit Duffy and I believe Shelly May. Now, of course, obviously, this is Disney Sea, so the sea is the theme. But the really great way with how this park has been designed is that while you feel like you are just in the sea, surrounded by the sea, you actually are not. I'm trying to show you a good location to show this at. One cool thing is that beyond the walls of Disney Sea is the Tokyo Bay. As you can see right here, here's a good view. Of course, there's the SS Columbia. I'll show you that very shortly. as you can see, there's many shipping boats in the distance here. Going further that way is more down Chiba. Over here, you can kind of see it right there by my fingertip. That's actually the airport tower. That's Haneda Airport. One really cool thing is, depending on the way you're flying, you may actually fly right along Tokyo Disney, which is a great aerial views of the park. There's that storm down in the distance, not so good looking. Sorry for that. But beyond this wall here is actually a road and the track for the Disney Resort line. Again, because of how everything is themed in your sight lines, you wouldn't tell. You can't tell when you're inside the park. So right here, it just looks like is a barrier wall. Steamer line. But yeah, this just appears to be just a barrier wall for the bay, but really beyond it is the street that goes all around the Tokyo Disney property and the monorail, the resort line track. So it's a very clever design on how they do it. It makes you feel like you're right on the water. On this side, get more of that Cape Cod theming. Now we're entering port of the city of New York. Now, I think I mentioned before, I am from America. I am actually from the East Coast, very close to New York. And this is by far the cleanest New York I've ever seen. Joking aside, not to throw shame or any bad words on New York, but this is an old style New York. Definitely not current New York. Pier 33, hint hint, wink wink. Yeah, this is the SS Columbia. There actually is a sit-down restaurant in there. And also on the bottom is where you can enjoy Turtle Talk. It's actually quite empty in this area. I wonder what that big building is. I don't know what that is. What do you guys think? Also limited time only if you want to see a dinosaur skull. Also in front of us here is an area for they'll do a stage show for the American waterfront. A big propeller from the SS Columbia. There's the Turtle Talk entrance right there. There's the police. I gotta be on my best behavior. It looks like someone's actually going to jail in the back of that car. So in front of us here is the quick service location, Dockside Diner. Very, very good food you can get here. Actually, now what we'd like to do is give you a better reveal of Tower of Terror. Let's just walk this way, and then we'll give you a better grand reveal for Tower of Terror, for Hightower Hotel. Okay. Waterfront Park. We will enter there very shortly. You need to get your shoes shined. Any quick service stands, ice cream, future popcorns right here, some drinks. It is a pretty hot day. So this is Restaurant Sakura, another favorite here in Disney Sea. So this is this green thing here, this bridge, is in front of us basically is the stop for that electric railway, the electric liner into American waterfront. But here is the kind of grand reveal of Hotel Hightower. I believe in front of us is the extended queue for Tower. There you go. For Tower of Terror. Yeah, one really cool thing is on that very top floor up there. Every time one of the elevators drops, You see that flashing effect. There's the water fountain. There you go again. Actually, I was mistaken. That extended queue is actually for Toy Story Mania. Just past the sign. So here is Tower of Terror. High Tower Hotel. Hotel High Tower. This is not, for this attraction, this is not Twilight Zone. Okay. This is a different storyline. Some of the pre-shows in here are one of the best I've seen as well. Yeah, this Tower of Terror is not Twilight Zone. Also, High Tower is the man who owns this hotel. I won't go into much information about the backstory. As you can see by the sign, it says Tower of Terror. But yeah, if you were to say High Tower Hotel, you still have HTH, like Hollywood Tower Hotel. That's the way I like to say it. So we're still kind of carrying over that fun aspect of the original Tower of Terror in Hollywood Studios. But this is a great attraction, definitely one of my favorites here. Theming on the inside kind of tells you the story of Mr. Hightower. I believe his full name is Harrison Hightower. I believe. It's a 40-minute wait. I remember the first day I came here, I waited, I think, 3 hours for Tower of Terror, 3 hours for Journey to the Center of the Earth. Basically, my entire day was in lines due to it being during the spring vacation. So, as a word of warning, this park gets incredibly busy at any time during the day. So be aware of that. So we're still in American Waterfront. I'm just going to walk into this Toyville Trolley Park here. So as I mentioned before, we passed the extended queue for Toy Story Mania. Toy Story Mania is probably the second most popular attraction here. But this theming here is actually very cool. It reminds me of like a boardwalk carnival. And there's Tinny, I believe, Tinny. Usually Mr. Potato Head comes out in here, as you would see from like in the queue in Hollywood Studios. It's actually only a 35-minute wait. We got Toy Story Mania. Tower of Terror. Okay, about to finish up our walking tour. Now right in front of me here is the Broadway Theater, Music Theater. And this location is where you could enjoy Big Band Beat. Big Band Beat is my absolute favorite show for any Disney property. It is a musical of like a lot of swing style music, old time American music. Big Band Beat. If you can take, I would recommend, if possible, if you're ever planning on coming here, definitely don't look up any videos on YouTube, try to enjoy it. But they do offer a lottery system for Big Band Beat when you come here, where you can, if you win the lottery, you can sit on the lower tier of the theater. If not, you can wait and you can sit in the upper tier, but the seats are very limited and usually people will wait a very long time to see Big Band Beat. Some more Tower of Terror action. That's a great ride. It's nice to be back in Disney Sea after so long. And again, there's all these different walkways. Again, that interconnect everywhere. that area leads back towards where the big propeller was. Next to us here is the train service location for American Waterfront. Sorry, right here. This is like the New York Deli. Get some sandwiches and things like that. Here. Bit of a line to get in. But yeah, it's a good place to eat. Alright. Many variety of stores. We have McDuck's in front of us. We're about to finish up our walking tour. Duck's department store. Alright, now we're back in Mediterranean Harbor. Some more looks at American Waterfront. Oh, one more attraction I can show you is the Venetian boats. And this area is just the queue for this boat ride here. All right. Some more Mount Prometheus. So again, we're walking up. We made the whole circle around Disney Sea. And some Mount Prometheus. They're soaring in front of us. Hotel Miracosta. So yes, that is Disney Sea. In my opinion, it definitely is the most impressive Disney park, one of the most impressive parks, theme parks in general I've ever been to. Definitely do yourself a favor. Whenever you can start traveling again, please keep Tokyo Disney in your mind. Please come visit. There's some of the rooms for Miracosta. But yeah, this park is absolutely beautiful. There's not many attractions here. The number of attractions are on the smaller side, but the quality of them are some of the best. But this park is the most popular park out of Tokyo Disneyland and Tokyo Disney Sea. It is the more popular one. When it comes to trying to buy the tickets online, generally Disney Sea is always sold out. Also, because it is popular, the ride times here, the queue times, can get very, very long, especially on the weekends. So no matter what time you do come to visit Disney Sea, I recommend coming during a weekday. But either way, you won't be disappointed when you come visit. So, some final views of Disney Sea. And right there is kind of a restaurant, sit-down restaurant you can eat at when you enter the hotel. Let's just get some final views here. The other main Duffy store on location. So again, thank you so much for joining, sitting for over an hour. I really appreciate it. I hope to be able to come back soon and maybe do some more in-depth videos for Tokyo Disney for you guys on top of the other kinds of content I like to create. There's not much on my channel right now. but in time I hope for it to be a very enjoyable place. So thank you again for watching. Thank you for walking around with me in Disney Sea, and I hope you guys will continue to watch my content and enjoy them. Definitely leave a like, please subscribe. Again, I'll leave a link down below for my walking tour for Disneyland. And hopefully if you can't travel during this time, maybe my videos can bring some joy and some pleasure to you. So thank you very much. Again, my name is Coaster Brian. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you again soon. Let's give you one more view of Mount Prometheus. Here we go, before we leave. Okay, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. Everyone, please stay safe, stay healthy, and take care. Bye-bye.